man. We got a special guest speaker tonight. His name is Oshane Ellis, straight out of Jamaica, from Team Vibe Worldwide. And, you know, we're going to have a chance to pretty much hear from him tonight, guys. And for those guys who have never heard anybody speak about anything when it comes to success in this idea, he's going to tell you exactly what you need to know, exactly where he came from, his humble beginnings, and just a little bit of background about him, not to take away too much from his thunder, but Oshane's currently a GM for Appleton Rum Tours. So real quick about Rum Punch, guys. I don't know if that's the same exact thing he'll tell you, but we're in the Southern Caribbean, and Rum Punch is one of the most greatest drinks you could ever drink when you're out there in the Southern Caribbean near Jamaica. We're actually supposed to take a Jamaican cruise next month, but obviously it got canceled. But you know, he operates in the entertainment business. He's a husband, father of 2 boys, and is a part-time student and does this concept on a part-time basis. So for those of you guys who are doing this, you guys still have jobs. Obviously, this is the epitome of success, of how you can take advantage and do this concept in the cracks of your time so that you can have success with this part-time. And then eventually you can start working part-time on your fortune and full-time at your job. And then eventually it can switch so that you can work full-time on your fortune and part-time at your job, if that's something you guys want to do and make this with this concept of World Ventures. But we're going to talk a lot about where he came from, how he builds, and how training events are so important. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen real quick and make sure he got on the call. So 1 second. So Oshane Ellis, my brother, did you make the call?
Yeah, man, I'm here. I'm here, my brother. I'm here, Lorenzo.
What's going on, bro? We got this man, the latest World Ventures senior rep. He's come to spit some knowledge to us. And my brother, hey, thanks for tuning in on the call. I appreciate you, even on a short notice. I'm very great friends with your mentor, Andre Lewis. He's a beast, and obviously it reflects to you because you know you have had the recent success of senior rep. We know you're not done yet, but obviously right now we appreciate you, and obviously we have a whole bunch of people on the call right now they're just waiting to hear from you with what you've done in this past couple of pretty much week or so, right? So just real quick, just give them a little background about where you came from and how it came about, how you saw World Ventures, and yeah, bro.
All right, cool, awesome. So, Lawrence, the first and foremost, so much beforehand. Thank you so much for getting me on the call. Really appreciate it, bro. Honestly, Katarina, thank you so much for coming on my call the other day to share some time there. Your presentation was amazing, and Andrew talked about you guys. You guys are killing it over there in Cali. So great evening, everybody. Welcome from beautiful Jamaica. Okay, so a little bit of background about me. I mean, my name is Oshane Ellis, as Lawrence would have told you, and I'm 32 years old. And I'm a general manager for the largest rum company here in Jamaica. And we're a part of the group Campari from Italy. So I'm what they call the Appleton boss. So my friends call me the Appleton boss, which is our #1 premium rum. Before World Ventures, basically, businessman. I have an entertainment company as well. You can look up on Instagram, the Entity JA. And my main thing is I provide the resorts and hotels here in Jamaica with various forms of entertainment. So before World Ventures, I was already a serial entrepreneur. So I had that, and I have another business that I was supposed to launch, which was a very unique concept that doesn't exist in the Caribbean or Jamaica. But with COVID-19 pushed that back. I do a little bit of trading, and I do a lot of consultation for restaurant businesses and for hotels and for entertainment companies as well. So as you can see, I'm all about business and I'm all about that money. I mean, honestly, before World Ventures, I was on that journey to financial freedom as it relates to seeking ways to create it. And, I got myself a financial advisor. We started to read the books, the Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Richest Man in Babylon, and all those stuff. We started that journey. But there was an element that was missing. And, by working so hard and by doing so many different stuff, the element that was missing was, recreation and leisure. My mother always told me, all work and no play makes Tom a dull boy. And so, to be honest, you know, in my presentation, I always say, if you burn the candles at both ends, what's going to happen? Eventually, you're going to just burn out. And so that was happening a lot. I was also in a predicament, you know. I was caught between a rock and a hard place as it relates to my rock was I owed a lot of people money, and the hard place was a lot of persons owed me money. Some of them were even friends. And so that started to affect me because I couldn't get my money. I've still not gotten my money, by the way, side note. But to be honest, I forgot about that. It started to affect my businesses and me and my family and my relationships. And Andre reached out to me about World Ventures. To be extremely honest, I already knew about World Ventures. I mean, everybody in Jamaica knows about World Ventures. We heard about World Ventures. So, but for me, I was already a member. So I was a member from about 2015, 2014. When I signed up in that time, I had to pay $375 for the gold membership. And that was US dollars. In Jamaican dollars, that was over $50,000 I had to spend. Over 50,000 Jamaican dollars I spent. I did not see a presentation. He was one of the leaders. He was the third person to sign up in World Ventures in Jamaica. And this guy only told me the vision. It's like, yo, this is what's going to happen. You're gonna travel and then you can make money. So he told me, and I was sold on that vision. I didn't see a presentation. The thing is, after we signed up, he went away, left Jamaica, and he went to medical school. Imagine you just spent over 50,000 Jamaican dollars on a product 3 months in, and after 3 months, somebody came to you and said, oh, we have meetings. And I'm like, oh, cool, meetings. And I'm going to meetings like for a month, every week for a month. And I'm seeing a lot of persons on stage. And at no point in time, nobody said, oh, you should also bring people to the meetings. Don't come alone. So, I mean, eventually that got out the door. We got a major article in Jamaica with one of the major publications company. And, you know, that sold it in my head like, see, it's a scam. So I thought World Ventures was a scam, right? I was like, see, that boy scammed me my money. I was upset. So when Andre came to me about it, oh, you know the usual script. I already, when I saw it, I actually got that video, Vacation Sooner, 45 minutes. I had the attention span of a 3-year-old. So 5 minutes in the video, I was like, you know what? You know, I just got a credit card, so I'm just gonna pay for it. So that was my way of getting rid of Andre. I wanted to just get rid of him. I didn't want to talk about it. So I was like, you know, didn't tell my wife. I'm not going to tell my wife. I just got a credit card a few days ago. I signed up. And I was like, I can't believe I signed up back for World Ventures. Honestly, that was my feeling. But then after getting in the fast start training with Andre, and I saw it, I'm like, oh, shucks, this does not look like the same World Ventures. They're like, all right, so I started to sit up in my seat. Then I went to my training, literally, guys. Now, I'm the type of person that, because I'm a consultant, I go in, you tell me what's up, and I improve the system. So when I saw it, I'm like, yeah, I can improve this. So I'm the Mr. Improvement guy. And in the first 4 hours, I told 200 persons about World Ventures. Now, the operative word there is I told 200 persons about World Ventures. When I called Andre about 1 a.m. in the morning, I said, bro, I just spoke to 200 persons. He could not believe me. But then he retracted and he said, hold on. You said you spoke to 200 persons. I'm like, yeah. Guys, don't do it. Don't talk about it. I mean, just look at it. Imagine you're in the States. Now, in the States, you guys have the movies long before we do in Jamaica. So just imagine you're going to tell me about the new Harry Potter movie that's going to come out next summer. Not this summer coming, 2021 summer. And you just came out of the movie all excited. And then you're going to call me and you're going to try and tell me about that movie. How is that going to work out for you? It's not going to work out because, one, I'm not going to get the picture. I did not see it for myself. My grandmother always said, seeing is believing. And so luckily, Andre held me back and he tricked me. We started out and he said, hey, we're going to Vegas. And just imagine when your homeboy says, oh, we're going to go to Vegas. All sorts of ideas started to pop through my head. I went to Vegas and I realized that it was a training, but honestly, that view was the best training of my life. Saw Marcus on stage, and saw Marcus on stage. He said he was talking about the seasons, and then I realized that for that 3 months that I did not waive my fees, it was because of me. I almost quit. I quit mentally 2 times during that 3-month period. But guess what? I saw that they had a promotion for Egypt, and you had to get 4 persons. So I came back to Jamaica. I got myself 6 platinum members in the space of 3 days by just doing what they told me in the view. And I got a free trip for Egypt. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it for other reasons, but once I got 1 free trip, that was it. So yeah, that's the background. I know I went a little bit off the pendulum there, but back to you, Lorenzo.
That's great, bro. Awesome, man. That's exactly what we always tell everyone who starts out. They want to have, they want to verbally vomit on people. Just tell them all about it, and because they're so excited. But obviously, if you say too much, you'll get turned away, because what we have right now, obviously, with this idea, with this great concept, it sounds too good to be true, but it is true. And that's the thing. Like it sounds like a scam. Like honestly, it does. But obviously, when you get to sit down on Zoom, wherever you are in the world, you'll be able to take a look at it from start to finish, from A to Z, and make an educated decision on how it really affects you or your life, or if you see the value in it. That's exactly what we need to be doing. So yeah, that's a great point, bro, when it comes to the movies and stuff like that. But yeah, man. We had met like very, very quickly, like I think in front of Vegas when Andre had introduced you to me, but we didn't really get to know each other too much. But yeah, bro, your story when it comes to you coming up from how you were Roll Ventures and you weren't, and now you're in again. That's crazy. So for those of you guys who don't know, senior rep on average, they have 30 people left, 30 people right on both of their teams. And averagely, depending on what level of memberships is dominated on your volume of sales, they make on average $500 a month residually. So, just imagine for those of you guys who are on here, like making that type of money that you don't have to go work for again. So obviously he'll tell you how that feels. But, when obviously for us personally, we have a lot of members only, especially here in California, they want to take advantage of the membership. But when the reps come, when they say, hey, I want to make money with you, with Oshane, bro, like, hey, I want to make money with you, bro. How do you determine who to work with when it comes to like traits, characteristics, or type of ambition that you read from them? Like, how do you determine that, bro?
Well, so right now we have a filter system. Now, I always leave myself open up for persons to reach out. So once I get someone started, now how we build the momentum we literally built this momentum since March 28th. That's when Chantel came on the team. I showed Chantel this vision from December, and Chantel got back to me March 28th, about 11:30 in the morning. I said, listen, I'm ready. We started with Chantel, then, along came Julene, then along came Crystal. Crystal brought Jolan, and there was always Kino in the background. And Kino came out, did a refresher. Now, keynote is when you have reps that are in for a while, and I kind of mix my management styles from work into my business, because I have to run my business. And so what we did was I did a refresher with Kino and got him back in the driver's seat, and he literally came back in the driver's seat. Recently just hit 2 ranks back to back, same time. No, he literally hit 2 ranks back to back. So once we started to build that momentum with the first set of persons, a lot of persons came on. Last week alone, we had 17 new members came in. Now, as soon as they sign up, they do a fast start training. And as soon as I do that fast start training, we just focus on 2 things in that training: making your list and inviting. And then I send them some takeaway material to tell them about their first book to read or listen to in their first month. And then that's it. I've now equipped you with the basics to do your business. Now, I always tell my team that, listen, I'm always open to help close. So my thing is, I want it to be fun for persons. The reps should only focus on inviting. Like, we'll always have persons to share the information. We're gonna have persons to enroll. No, it started off with just me enrolling. And just recently, some other leaders on the team started to step up, and they're also in the mix. They're also in the mix, helping to enroll. Because just imagine you have like 15 persons waiting on you, the one person, to literally close. So how I determine? No, there's a lot of persons on the team, and whoever the persons are that are inviting guests on the call, like, I'll just put it out there. So it's a first come, first serve. And what I mean by that is, if I have 20 persons that have guests on the call, I'll just say, all right, guys, I'm available. If Kino sends me his number. So how we do it is that once you invite the guest on the call, right? All we're gonna say is that, all right, once they're on the call, you just simply say to them, expect a call from my 550 number. No, that's my number. No, why I do that is because if I see a strange number calling, I'm not going to answer it. But if Lorenzo says to me, bro, expect a call from my 550 number, then what's going to happen is when I see that 550 number, I'm going to answer it. And once they answer, we go right straight into an edification. No, I don't try to teach them the edification before. Just before the call, we run over the edification. But it's a first come. So if Kino comes to me first, I'm going to close Kino's guests, get them in the system, and tell them that I'm going to schedule their training. Then when I open my WhatsApp, the next person I see, I'm going to head there again. So I kind of do a first come, first serve. Now, who to work with? Whoever shows up, whoever is inviting. So our thing is, we do 2 webinars every day, 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. So I'll say to the team that, listen, we do 2 webinars. All you're going to do is invite. The target is minimum 10 persons. That's how we build this momentum. If I have 50 persons inviting 10 persons, that's 500 persons, right? And that's 500 persons. That's a lot of persons, right?
Yep.
What we do is minimum for everybody, because we want to focus on the work and not the result. So like, if I focus on hitting senior rep in X time, like I said to myself, I'm going to hit senior rep May 31st, right? And I stopped focusing on that. What I started to do was focus on the work itself, because the results will come. So the reps that the reps that are inviting are the ones that I'll work with. Why? I can't do the invitation for you as a rep. I'll share the information for you. I will make myself available for the most part to close. And if I'm not available, like for today, I wasn't available for my 5 p.m. But I reached out to one of the other leaders from Canada and said, hey, I'm going to need some help because I'm not available. And I had one of my reps as a backup to say, hey, jump on, help this guest presenter, get them set up and stuff. Why? Because I want to ensure that we set up persons for success. Now, that's my term. I set you up for success. I give you the basics, necessary resources. Just go and invite. Once you invite, we're going to get through it. So that's basically how we do it. Everybody gets the same training. Everybody gets the same starter package. And once you're inviting, then I'm there with you. Once you're putting the guests on the webinars, once they're on the webinars, then guess what's going to happen? We're going to call them right afterwards, right after.
Awesome, brother. So, yep. That's exactly what we do as well. We have that same type of system where, we always tell them, hey, we're here for you. All you got to do is invite, and then when you have your launch event or your next webinar, all you got to do is sit there, look pretty, and then earn a check, because we're gonna go to work for you for free so that we can help you build a business. Because obviously, when you're first coming into this thing, our business model is when you make money, we make money. So we wouldn't lie to you. We want you to make as much money as you can right out the gates, and even make more money than us eventually, because your success is our success. And that's one of the beauties of our network marketing business, that we actually get to help people. We don't want people that pass us up and we're like wanting them not to pass us up. Like, we want you to pass us up. So I would dare to anyone on a team to surpass me. Like, you should do it, because like it won't happen. But if you're trying to race, then we can race. So, but yeah, man. But yeah, that's some great takeaways. And I knew, like Andre was telling me earlier, that, you're the master of the systems, and system is key. when it comes to having business like this, especially via Zoom. And obviously you guys have adjusted very well. I mean, you're saying in the beginning of March that you guys started having that momentum. You guys are obviously having a lot of success with Zoom. We have as well. So one question that comes to mind is that, so as far as like, you know, everybody knows on here, a little people on here been around for a little bit, maybe they're brand new, but at the same time, it's going to happen regardless. Say, you know, they burnt through their top 20. What's your number one thing for them to reach out to their warm market? Is it a different approach, or, you know, like from number 21 and to number 200, like maybe people who are in the, you know, colder, not as warm market? Like what's your best mentorship advice to that, to get people in front of our great.
So what we have is we do flyers, right? And I mean, for me, I'm big on words, because I believe that as long as you can tweak the words, you know, and not that you're trying to trick anyone, but you know, we don't use meetings, especially now in the pandemic. Everybody's in meetings. We don't use Zoom because it automatically means meeting. We just use webinar. Why? It sounds a little bit more relaxed. When you go on a webinar, you know that you're not going to show your video. Most persons, especially the women, some 95% of my team is women. Especially the women, they're very peculiar about, you know, how they look, and I don't want to show my video. So when we use webinar, they know that, okay, usually I go on a webinar, you're not speaking, nobody's seeing you, and what will happen is you can hear and you can see. No, for persons, and I'll use Keenan's situation. So Keenan burned through his hot market from last year. But what I did was I got him back in a fast start training, and we just use the flyers. So we have a flyer that we send out on social media, and people literally gravitate towards that flyer. So it makes it a lot easier as it relates to an invite. You don't have to do an invite. Everybody just gravitates towards that flyers because of what is on the flyer. Like we will say you have to be. So let me see if I can, I'll try and find this. Well, not try, it's literally fresh top of mind. No, the flyer that we have, you know, it speaks to things that are very much possible in our industry, but it doesn't give you any much information. No, I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but this is the flyer right here.
Nice.
Right. And so on the flyer, it's literally work from home. Everyone wants to work from home. The government, whether that is Jamaica, or they're promoting work from home. So it's literally work from home. 3 results: earn extra income, and we put in bracket US dollars. Training and support provided. Am I lying? Must be 18 or older. Not lying either. DM me for details. It's the words. It's not even the graphics. It's literally the words. And I know exactly 2 things that catches the eye. The first thing that catches the eye is work from home. Right now, a lot of persons are so used to working from homes. Companies right now know, they realize that the brick and mortar doesn't make any sense because their overheads have decreased drastically. And they're realizing that they don't have to provide lunch and those other small perks for their staff. So a lot of companies now are gravitating towards working from home. That's one. And then me as an individual, like before COVID, I was super busy. My son hardly spent any time with my family. Now I'm working from home. I've gotten used to working from home. Just imagine you being home for 3 months. You're going to get used to it and you're going to like the feeling. The next thing that catches them is earn extra income. No, there's no line that you can earn extra income. So when persons come and I tell my team, guys, and I even have a little verbiage that I put with it, and I send it to my team and I say, guys, so for me, when I'm sending scripts, I don't send them to the websites and get the generic scripts. I send them scripts that I use that have brought me success as it relates to persons getting on, because the success there is getting someone on the webinar. So I'll screenshot my conversations with celebrities, Jamaican celebrities. I'll screenshot my conversations with average people, and I send it to the team in their fast start, and it's like, here you go. Because if I'm telling you to use the scripts, how are you going to know if I'm using it? For me, I am and I do. not I am and I say. That's my thing. So I'll send it. Now, when I send this flyer, I send a verbiage, literally copy and paste. And I'm like, okay, when persons reach out to you, just simply say to them, we have a webinar today at 5 p.m. Join me. And then they're going to want to find out, how can I join you? Oh, you're going to need Zoom. Do they have it? Yes. If they don't, get it. Once they get it, I'll send you the link. 30 minutes before that webinar, we send out the link. 15 minutes before, we're going to do that 3-step setup. And then, because we always start with the end in mind. Always start with the end in mind, right? That's what we do. And what I can say is our mantra, we don't count the days, we make every day count. So that's something in my fast start as well. I'm telling them, you join today, you have 30 days to waive your fees. We're not going to count that and say today is day one, day. No. Every single day that you get up, it's a day for you to seize the opportunity. And how you seize that opportunity, just focus on that target, minimum 10 persons a day. I had Tasha Lee. Last week, Tasha Lee closed the week with 7 members. Fresh rep, 7 members. The week before, we had Kadeen with about four or five members. Kamisha as well, 4 or 5. Kino got back in the driver's seat, skipped 1 star and went straight to 2 star, literally. Kadeen, the day that Kadeen found out that she was a 3-star, she was still clueless. She's like, what does that mean? I've not even gotten the chance to sit and explain what that means to her as well. And I have persons that are literally saying, like I have a Arlene, she's like, listen, this is my plan. And she told me her plan, and I'm like, whoa, okay. Tasha Lee will tell me her plan. Kadeen will tell me her plan. Oshane, a lot of persons know. They realize, because, they've seen it all around and it's happening right on our team. And they've realized that, oh, shucks, I've seen it in other teams, but it's happening right here on my team. All right, it's very much possible. And that's driving the boost. So once you focus on the work, the results will definitely come eventually. And then when you meet that quota of 10 per day, you feel good on the inside. But if you're like, okay, I need to get senior by X time. All right, that's a target. That's a goal, not a target, right? If you say, okay, you're gonna make $100 this week, and you don't make that $100, you're gonna be disappointed. Then you're gonna eventually, and if you set it for next week, what's gonna eventually happen is you're gonna say the system doesn't work. And let me give you an example. Lorenzo and I, we're going to university. Now, Lorenzo, he studies, he does exactly what the teachers say. And there's one part that we all miss out when the teachers say recommended reading. There's a reason why they say recommended reading. Knowledge is power, leaders are readers. But a lot of persons don't follow that part. But Lorenzo, he picked times and like, why are they saying recommended reading? And he does that. Cool, Lorenzo does that. Me, I'm Mr. Cool. Nah, this is easy. I came in, my family has money, automatically, I'm gonna get my degree. All right. At the end of college, Lorenzo gets off flying colors, first class honors. Me, barely made the cut. Is there something wrong with the degree program or this university, or is there something wrong with me? And I say that to say that there's nothing wrong with this company. There's nothing wrong with our payment system. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not perfect, but there's nothing wrong with it. If you don't put in the work, the results will not come. A lot of times I hear people even say it. I'll hear people complain, oh, like I'll have examples of persons. And this is on a side note, guys, you have to understand you're in the business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. It's not a daycare. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. When you come in this business, it is your business. You cannot come in with an employee mindset. No, for me, this business is my escape from work. I don't want to be a manager. I don't want to be your parent. No, I'm your coach. We're a team, and I'm one of your coach, right? Because there's multiple coach. What I mean by that, a lot of times when growth happens, there's a lot of things that will happen to your system, right? But what will happen is if you take control of your business, sometimes you have to manage the leader. And I always say, for me, at my job, I never have a problem with my boss because I manage my boss. Like if she says, okay, we're going to meet tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Like literally this morning was a perfect example. She called them. She told me to remind her for a meeting this morning at 9 a.m. And what I did at 8:30, I sent her a reminder and I said, hey, reminder. Sent her the reminder. She said, okay, thank you. 15 minutes before the hour, I sent her another WhatsApp. Hey, please remember we have a 9 o'clock meeting. And then at 5 minutes to the hour, I'm sending her the connections like, jump on, it's 5 minutes to the hour. I manage her because I know she's super busy. She has a lot on her plate. So human nature, we're going to forget. And why am I saying that, guys? You have to take control of your business, whatever leader you have on your team, right? Lorenzo, Catriana, myself, Andre, whoever it is. If the leaders say X, what you have to do is hold the bull, like I say to some of my team, hold the bull by its horn and just go out and say, all right, tomorrow morning at 10, great. At 9:30, hey, Lorenzo, remember, it's 9:30, 10 o'clock. Kind of going off track, but
Bro, you hit it on the horn there, man. On the nail there, but for sure, bro. And yeah, all the times, people can get off track, and life takes over us sometimes. But man, a lot of life has been happening to a lot of us in the world. And for those who stay consistent, for those who press on, those are the people who decide to win. And you saying the whole thing about like, it takes the work. Some people, they want success, but they're not willing to put in the work in. Some people are doers, some people are don'ters, some people just watch. But for the people who make it happen, just like you said, taking it by the horns, that's exactly what it takes to, make it far, not just in this business, but it's a reflection of yourself. Like for those of you guys who are on here who are newer, this business is literally a mirror to your face. And sometimes you won't like what's in the mirror, but over time, if you stay consistent with the literally two legs of what this is, it's, do the reps and sets, show more people, and then, person develop yourself, read books, listen to audios. And while that was one of the questions that came in mind, bro, that, you said in the other question, what book do you usually recommend to the people that first start, or audio that you said? What's that book and what's that audio that you think that's a great one for them to start off when it comes to somebody that knows nothing about marketing or entrepreneurship?
Cool. So the book, like we do one book a month, and it's a journey. So I'll tell people the first books we're going to read is network marketing books. Why? Because it helps us with our business. The first book is Your First Year in Network Marketing by Mark Yarnell. First book. Second book is, what's the second book? First Year in Network Marketing and GoPro. So we do Your First Year in Network Marketing, then GoPro, and then we do Raising a Giant. And it's kind of freestyle after that. I know some of them are reading How to Win Friends and Influence People, but the first book has to be that. You can either listen or download. So in Jamaica, we have a Google Drive with a lot of books for free PDF versions. We'll send it out, or we can send you like the Audible version. And if it's the first time, you get that book for free, and it's usually cheap. Now, the audio that I recommend to persons, and I had to recommend this audio because when I heard it for myself live, it literally blew my mind away. And that is Batiata Mervin's audio. It's Your Life. Like, first time I heard that, I'm like, it was literally in Arizona. Is it Arizona or last year? I remember when I heard it. It was Arizona. And I heard, I'm like, oh, I have nothing to come about. Why? Because I'm trying to paint a picture to persons that when you saw this, you saw something that you can literally create a better life for your family. So it's your life. So you have to go out and go get it. And so that's why I recommend that audio. The other audio I also recommend is Dr. David's speech audio that he did and told his story about getting IMD in 10 and a half months. Julio's audio about mindset. Those, it's all very strategic moves. The mindset, how to get it done, what you have to do to get it done. Because Vatiata, she literally told us what she had to do. Like, who's gonna sell 200 200 chicken just to get to a training event.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Who's going to sell their clothes? Who's going to sell their clothes that they love just to get to training? And so those are audios that I recommend. Like all
Awesome.
day.
Cool. But yeah, man, those books are awesome. And a lot of the audios that you mentioned are in the Ignition Kit. I know that Vatiari's talk for that It's Your Life is going to be in the Ignition Kit too. And obviously I was there as well, live in Arizona when she did that talk. So it's obviously the mindset, the how-tos, everything you need to know through the audios while you're at home building this business online on Zoom, and getting to the events is one of the most important things as well. So we'll get to the events in a minute, but just real quick, like what was the biggest challenge for you, or maybe for the people on your team? How did you help them like overcome like one of the biggest challenges for your team or for you, and how did you help them get through it, as far as like landmines, or helping them get through some lids so that they can grow and surpass and start producing more?
Well, all right. So I think that's a twofold. So for me, biggest challenge was to be consistent. And I tell persons that right up until that momentum started to build, I was like, it's not gonna happen. I was literally, I'm one of the most confident persons you'll ever meet. But honestly, I've had my days. Like I almost had a mental checkout up until. And what I remember was when Don Martin came to Jamaica, and I hosted him at my workplace for the day. So I spent 2 hours with him, 1 hour driving to and 1 hour driving back. And, he questioned me. I told him what was happening with my business. And when he came and did that travel party with us in my parish in Jamaica, and he said his method, the 1313 method. When I heard that method, he's like, yeah, just if there are days you're not gonna feel it, but just put one in, just show one. And so that was my biggest challenge, to maintain that consistency. And I tell people this is a very simple system, but the hardest part is to stay consistent. Um, Biggest challenge for my team in the business, I would say, is that same thing of consistency. I mean, it's a constant. Consistency means that whatever is happening with your life, how do you stay consistent as it relates to the invitations? There are days when we get on the webinars and we only have 4 persons. There are days we're on there and it's all members only, and we just use the time to talk. So like my grandmother will always say, sometimes coffee, sometimes tea, sometimes nothing at all. And so that's the biggest thing to maintain that consistency. How did we overcome it? Trying to find a way to make it fun. Make it fun as it relates to like, just tell them easy target, just to invite 10 persons. The training system works. If you know you weren't going to fail, what would you do? If you know you weren't going to fail at this, how many persons would you show? And how we make it fun, I just give them the necessary tools, the scripts, the flyers. I'll sit and I'll use my thing and make flyers and stuff to send to the team. So once they put like this flyer, for the past 2 weeks, we've been using it every single day, and it literally brings people to you. It's a magnet, so it brings all sorts of people to you and makes it easier for the invite. Now we have scripts as well. Scripts as it relates to going through the pandemic, checking up on people about the pandemic, and then just drop that script on them. And it's magic. So that's how we got to overcome it. And we just build a community, focus on building a community. So every Friday we have our team calls. We focus on different topics. We know boot camp is coming. A lot of persons on my team, they don't have a US visa. So one Friday I had a travel agent come on. And the reason why I chose her is because I always recommend persons for her. She's really good. So I look at not just inside World Ventures, what are challenges that my team members face in their life, and how can I add my financial advisor come on and spoke to us about budgeting 101, because making the money is one thing. How do you keep that money? And he reached out and is helping a few persons with their budget towards boot camp. The travel agent is helping persons with their United States visa. So I look at that. We build a community. Then we had a movie night last Friday. Watch The Darkest Hour. So things like that. We celebrate each other. So we started to mix up some fun with the country opening up back. We're planning a team trip in Jamaica, get to one of the beaches. So building a community. That's how we got over it. Support, like the support system. Try to make myself available. There are days when my wife is not feeling good and I'm still in front of my computer, checking up on my team members, making sure that I keep myself up. There are days when dinner is not even an option as yet, because I have to make sure that everybody's. And at the end of the day, you can ask I always ask this question: am I missing anyone? Do I have any calls to make for anyone? Because my brain is always moving, and it's almost like, all right, who do I call out to? So it's building that community. Just think of it. Don't think of it as a job. Think of it as like family members, and how you're gonna get together as a family. That's what we do. We have a community.
Awesome, brother. Yeah, like one of the biggest things, like why we even go through all of this process of being forged by the fire, being able to be, mentored by the successful people, is for your why. Like obviously you have your own reasons of why you're doing your business. We have our own. We want a better quality of life. We want to help more people gain that freedom from, their 9-to-5 jobs. Because a lot of people, in America, it's like 40 million people have apply for unemployment, and a lot of people aren't even going to go back to the same job that they're going to. So people are looking and praying on their knees for an opportunity like this to come into their life. So for you, like tracking back to the consistency, tracking back to, inviting, like don't think of yourself when you're inviting people. Think of them. This is a gift. This is a blessing that you want to share with people, and let them make the decision for themselves. And, you're already talking about the Dallas boot camp and how you guys are, rounding up the team to go out there. I can imagine it must cost way more to come from all the way to Jamaica to the States. The next event's going to be in Dallas. And compared to somebody like us coming from California to go to Dallas is going to be way cheaper. But as far as obviously you're going to have your whole team out there. You guys are the epitome of why people like us in the States that are nearby, we have no excuse to get to the training events, and why that's so important. And you could just Oshane, just tell them why it's so important, what it's done for you, what it's done for your team, for the training events, and help promote for the July 24th weekend for Dallas Boot Camp, bro. If you could, thank you.
So it's very, 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 very simple. I mean, training is definitely not mandatory. Remember, it's not a job. It's not mandatory. But guess what? If you really want to make money, only persons that want to make money comes to training. Like I've always heard the saying that you build from event to event. And the first event I went to, I got back, I waived my fees. In 3 days, it took me to go to an event in Las Vegas to waive my fees. Okay. Next event I went to, came back, I was a 1-star representative. The next event I went to, 90 days after that, I was a 2-star representative. And the next event I went to after that, I was a 3-star representative. I missed that event after that. A local RTE pushed my business back. And I'm not going to say stuck. I was not stuck. I was having a character building experience. And I had to double down and focus and get very strategic. Why am I saying that? You build from event to event. And I hear a lot of persons, oh, I went to the View last year, and why should I go back this year? It's going to be the same thing. Guys, let me tell you something. If you watch the same movie 10 times, guarantee you're gonna see a part that you've missed before, and you're gonna get it. If you want to make money, if you want to win at this, you have to go to the trainings. If you don't go to the training, then you're wasting your time. It's as simple as that.
Woo! Yeah, man. So, obviously it builds you up. We have that leadership development factory with our training system. And for those of you guys who haven't been to a big event or even a local event, we have the next RTE that's happening on June 13th, next Saturday, guys. So for those of you guys who are on our team, we're going to have a watch party because, it's not like we don't care about what's happening with COVID and stuff, but we just want to get around you guys. We had met up and, you guys already did a movie night and stuff like that. So things in person are coming back around, and we're going to be able to build this belly to belly you know, very, very soon, all the time now. So just to wrap it up, bro, you know, what's your run to your next goal or your rank, and what's your activity looking like? I know we were on the phone earlier. This is not your final destination at all, but this is just a pit stop. So what's it looking like for your team? And I did see like some activity on Andre's post where he was just scrolling through all the signups and stuff like that. You guys are killing it, and obviously that's what we're doing as well too.
So next run, as I said, it's important to have targets, and I told my team members the other day that I cannot get to the next level unless they get to their next level. And I had them set some dates. I had persons that are on this call that was supposed to hit 3-star representative Oshane. I'm not calling any name, and for very obvious reasons, did not hit it. But you know, we make it fun. We make the competitions fun. So my next run, as I said, my first thing was I did tell Andre and some of my other mentors here in Jamaica that senior rep is the 31st. Now, a lot of persons have been watching and they kept reaching out. IMD Martin Ruff was one of them. Asked me, "What's up?" The numbers are coming in, and you know, I can tell you that right now I already have director numbers in totality, but we're building very strategic. And so right now, senior rep is out of the way. So June 30th, director, and we're just going to build that momentum on both sides and hit the run to marketing director July 31st. So that's the targets that we're working towards now. And you know, we're just going to get out there. We're not going to count days. We're just going to make every day count.
Woo! For sure, brother. Well, when we see you on stage alongside with you, bro, we'll be chanting you out, and we're gonna have our horns. So it's gonna be tight. We're gonna cheer you on, brother. So we appreciate you, Oshane, Ellis, bro. You're the man. Obviously, pouring into the team. You're a servant leader. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to talk to us and stuff. So yeah, guys. Remember June 13th. Watch party here in the North Bay, Fairfield area. If you guys are across the country in your East Coast, Canada, obviously it's going to be $20 to stream it from wherever you're in the world, but we'll be on Zoom staying with you. So again, Oshane, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. And we'll see you on stage.
All right, guys. Have a great evening.
Have a great one, bro.
All right.